Welcome to Becoming a Financially Confident Woman, the podcast that helps high-achieving women take control of their money and build wealth with confidence. I'm your host, Dr. April Murdaugh, financial advisor, college professor, and founder of Woman to Woman Financial. I've got women through retirement planning, generational wealth building, and everyday money decisions. Beyond the credentials, I understand the struggles on a personal level. I've experienced widowhood, divorce, homelessness, and the challenges of being a single parent. Those experiences shaped my mission to help women like you gain the clarity, confidence, and strategies you need to take control of your financial future. This podcast is where professional expertise meets real-life experience, so you can move forward without fear or overwhelm. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Becoming a Financially Confident Woman. I'm your host, Dr. April Murdaugh, and today we're going to talk about something that perplexes a lot of women. We're going to talk about the 5 biggest Social Security mistakes that women make. Today, we're talking about, like I said, one of the most important decisions that a woman will ever make: when and how to claim for Social Security. Okay. And unfortunately, many women make decisions that can permanently reduce your benefits by tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime. Because women generally live longer, often earn less over their careers, and are more likely to be widowed. And these decisions matter even more. So I want to ask you, are you making Social Security decisions based on facts or based on fear? Let's go through the mistakes. Mistake number 1 is claiming Social Security too early because you're afraid that Social Security will run out. Now, many women hear that Social Security is going broke and they rush to claim it at age 62. Or better yet, they may feel like they're not going to live long enough and they don't want to die and not receive their benefits, so they may claim it at age 62. I want you to understand something. Social Security is not going bankrupt. Changes may be needed for sure. We know that there are changes that are needed in the future. But the benefits itself, are not expected to disappear. So claiming at age 62 can reduce benefits roughly by 25 to 30% compared to the full retirement age. For instance, a woman eligible for Social Security at age 62, let's just say that her benefit is $1,500 a month if she was to take it at age 62. Now, based on the year of your birth determines your full retirement age. For those of us who are Gen Xers, our full retirement age is now 67, and anyone after then, it is 67. You can get more benefits if you wait and take Social Security at age 70. So, let's go back to my example. At age 62, the benefit is $1,500 per month. If she waits until full retirement age, which is age 67, she would receive $2,100 per month. If she were to wait until age 70, she would receive $2,600 per month. I want you to understand that is a permanent difference every month for life. So I want you to understand this. You may be making a decision based on fear rather than what's in your best interest for your retirement. You really need to make sure you consult with someone to help you understand when is the best time to begin taking this benefit. Mistake number 2, ignoring the impact of longevity. You see, women tend to outlive men. There's a statistic, I always say it, and I've read it, and it still remains to be the truth. 80% of men die married, and 80% of women die single. So when we're talking about longevity and we're talking about when to take Social Security, we really need to take that into consideration. See, many healthy women live well into their 80s and 90s. And with the advance of modern technology now, we know that even longer than that. I think I saw something on social media where there was a couple that was like 103 he was and she was 101. So, you need to really account for that. You see, because Social Security is one of the few income sources that is guaranteed for life. No matter how old you live, you are still entitled to receive that benefit. So, if a woman lives to age 90, the higher monthly benefit may produce substantially more lifetime income than claiming early. And one other thing is that Social Security sometimes makes adjustments for inflation. Typically, it does not. So if you took your Social Security, let's just say at 62, we're talking about the fact that the dollar is not going to be worth at 80 what it was at 62. And so the longer you can wait sometimes may be best. Now that depends. What if you're planning, let's say, for an 80-year life, but end up living to 95? We need to make sure you account for that when you're doing planning. Mistake number 3, not understanding the divorced spouse benefits. You see, many women don't realize that they may qualify for their divorced spouse's benefits. You can qualify for your divorced spouse's benefits if you're married and your marriage lasted at least 10 years, if you're currently unmarried and you're at least 62 years of age. So if you meet those parameters, then you can begin to collect Social Security on your divorced spouse's benefit. And guess what? Even though you're collecting on their benefit, it does not reduce their benefit at all. So if they're collecting Social Security and then you begin to claim, it does not touch their benefits at all. In fact, your ex-spouse doesn't even have to know. So a woman who spent years raising children may qualify for a larger benefit based on her former spouse's earning record. And a lot of times I like to look at that. Sometimes women are in situations where the men were the main provider. They earned most of the money. They were married for an extended period of time. Now they're divorced. She may have re-entered the workforce, but not able to make as much, and so may not accumulate as much in credits with Social Security. And when it comes time for her to retire, we have to look at his benefit and her benefit. And ideally, we want to select a benefit that pays out the most. So he doesn't have to know. It doesn't reduce his benefit as long as those 3 factors remain. Marriage lasted at least 10 years. You're currently unmarried and you're at least age 62. So listen, don't assume that divorce means you've lost access to Social Security opportunities. A lot of times women do not understand that they may in fact qualify for benefits, and they come to see me and they are shocked. So make sure you understand that. You work hard for your money. Now it's time to keep more of it. Join my 4-week wealth intensive and learn the exact money retention strategies I teach my clients to build wealth with confidence. Starting June 23rd, registration is just $4.97. Secure your spot today. The 4th mistake that I see is overlooking survivor's benefits. This is one of the most expensive mistakes that married women make. See, when one spouse dies, one check goes away. We know that. And the surviving spouse generally keeps the larger benefit. So what happens is once the spouse dies, you, as the surviving spouse, can receive, in some cases, in a lot of cases, your former spouse or your deceased spouse's Social Security benefits. You see, the higher earning delaying benefits may significantly increase the survivor benefits. So let me give you an example. A husband claims at 62 and receives $2,000 a month. Had he waited until 70, he may have received over $3,000 a month. That's a lifetime reduction for the surviving spouse. So, if you are married and let's say your spouse is sickly, or if you can hold off and take the benefits at age 70 or as late as you can, if something would have happened to them, your benefit would be the same. It would not be reduced at the early retirement age or at the age that they took it, if they took it at before age 70. So I want you to understand this. Social Security isn't just about you. It's also about protecting the person who may survive you. So when you and your spouse are making these decisions, it has to be a joint decision. You need to talk about these things. How will taking the benefits not just impact you as the person receiving it, but how will it impact your surviving spouse when and if something should happen to you? That is very important. And that is something that people do not consider, especially women. The fifth mistake that I tend to see is that women look at Social Security by itself instead of part of a retirement income plan. Now, I know there's so much talk about the fact that Social Security is not going to be around. We shouldn't even consider it. We're not going to even look at it. And I know people say that, but I will tell you 9 out of 10 people that come to see me consider Social Security as a part of their retirement income. They want their money essentially. And so one of the things you need to understand is, how does Social Security play into your full retirement plan? Questions that you need to ask are things like, should you withdraw from your IRA first? Should you delay Social Security? Wait till 70, wait till 67? How will taxes affect your retirement income? Believe it or not, if you make a certain amount while you're collecting Social Security retirement, up to 85% of your benefits can be taxed. So we need to look at taking Social Security as part of your whole retirement picture, just not an isolated check. The other thing is, should Roth conversions be considered before claiming? Roth conversions are a big conversation now. Everybody's talking about converting their 401k or their IRAs to Roths. And yes, it is a good thing to do. There's strategy behind it. You really should work with a professional and a CPA to do that. But Roth conversions should be considered before you start claiming benefits. Because what happens with a Roth is, anything you take out of the Roth, as long as it's been in existence for 5 years and you're 59 and a half or older, when you start to withdraw money out of that Roth, your benefits or your money will not be taxed at all. But if you start to withdraw money out of, let's say, your traditional IRAs and your 401ks, that money will be taxed. So the idea is to plan for as much of your money or your income in retirement to be tax free. So that's why people strategically do Roth conversions. That definitely is something that needs to be considered. Those are questions that need to be asked. So let me give you an example. So we have two retirees with the same Social Security benefit, and they may pay different amounts in taxes depending on how they coordinate their withdrawals from their retirement accounts. Questions about what to take out first. Should I take out from my brokerage? Should I take out from my IRA? Should I withdraw from my 401k? Should I take out from my Roth? Those are, again, that's part of retirement income planning and making sure that you are maximizing as much income in retirement as possible. And so understanding when to take benefits, understanding how much, will definitely impact your Social Security. And it is extremely important that you work with a professional to make sure this happens correctly so you don't get a tax nightmare. Now, listen, I know this is a very, very brief podcast because Social Security is extremely complex. And I could spend all day talking about Social Security, when to take it, how to take it. Every situation is different, and you really need to work with a professional so that they can look at your entire financial picture before making that decision. So I want you to understand that Social Security is one of the few decisions in retirement that can impact your income for the rest of your life. And women in particular, we face unique challenges. Like we said, we have longer life expectancies. We have caregiving interruptions. A lot of us stop working for a period of time or minimize the hours, or say, instead of working full time, they may start working part time. They may go through divorce. 50% of marriages these days end in divorce. We're talking about women experiencing widowhood, women experiencing the wage disparities. We all know that women do not make as much as men. And so the good news in all of that, even with all those challenges that are facing us women, the good news is that understanding your options can really help you make more informed decisions. So you really need to understand your options. So my question to you to wrap this up is, if you were retired tomorrow, would you know the best age to claim your Social Security benefits? And if you're approaching retirement and you want help coordinating Social Security, taxes, investments, retirement income, schedule a complimentary consultation with me. I would love to talk with you to help you make the decision that's going to be best for you and your family. Our firm, we work specifically with women to help them build a strategy so that they can achieve their goals. So if this is perplexing to you, please give us a call and we'll schedule a time to talk with you and help you devise a plan that makes sense for your situation. For now, thank you for listening. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for listening to Becoming a Financially Confident Woman. I know from experience that confidence with money can change everything. Be sure to subscribe, share this podcast with another woman who needs encouragement, and visit Woman to Woman Financial to schedule your confidential financial conversation. Remember, you are becoming a financially confident woman.